joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
Because we didn't serve the Lord with joyfulness and gladness of heart. Read.
For the abundance of all things.
For the abundance of all things. Come on.
Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemy.
The Lord said, now you're going to have to serve your enemy. You don't want to serve me, the Most High God, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Now I'm going to make you serve a man. I'm going to make you serve your enemy. Read.
Which the Most High has set against thee.
Come on.
In hunger.
In hunger. The Lord said you have to, hold on, King. The Lord said you have to serve your enemy in hunger. So when you're hungry, what are some establishments you brothers eat at?
Chick-fil-A.
Who owns Chick-fil-A?
Guess the white man.
Okay. What you like to eat at?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
Where else?
Kava.
Who?
Kava.
Who owns that?
I'm not sure.
Come on, brother. What about, you buy groceries?
Yeah.
Where you get your
Walmart,
groceries?
Target.
Who owns Walmart? Who owns Target?
I'm not sure.
Come on, brother. Let's be real here. Let's be practical. Let's be practical.
Right.
Let's be practical. Let's make sure we're being honest. You understand? Because more than likely, my granddaddy not at the top of Walmart, you know,
that's true.
pointing his finger and hey, you know what I'm saying, signing checks. No, brother. Let's be real. We know what's going on. All right. The Lord said you have to serve your enemy in hunger, and then what else?
And in thirst.
And in thirst. How much does water cost? How much is a bottle of water? How much does water cost?
Free.
It's free. Why we gotta pay for water? It's not a God giving right.
Society is kind of fucked up in that sense.
No, because the Lord said you have to serve your enemy in thirst. Right. That's why you paying for water.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. You picked $7 trillion worth of cotton when you were enslaved over 400 years. You understand? Today, what is your hoodie say? Hanes. Right? It says fruit of the loom. It says Nike. How come we don't have any type of power when it comes to owning cotton or these natural resources? Right? When we kick-started this economy. Right? We're the ones who made it so that this place can be built up.
Exactly.
We did that.
Right.
You understand? We invented the cotton gin. Eli Whitney. Right? We did all these things, but we have no stake in cotton or natural resources. The Lord said, hold on, let me finish this. The Lord said you would serve your enemies in hunger, thirst, and nakedness, and what else?
And in want of all things.
And in want of all things. A driver's license, an ID card. You understand? You got to go to the DMV. You want a birth certificate, right? You want to you want to get your social security card. You got to go down to the office. Who owns that? The Lord said you have to serve your enemies in want of all things.
Right.
And here's the most important part. Come on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
No, he's gonna give you a hug.
A yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He's gonna put a yoke of iron upon your neck, right? If we're reading this and the Lord said this is gonna happen to his people that didn't want to serve him, a specific people, who bears witness to these things? Who went through these things? So-called black people. Now we're reading the Bible. The Lord never said so-called black people are going to go through these things. He called them the Israelites.
Right.
So you guys have to understand the reason why we're going through what we're going through is because we refuse to follow the Lord and keep his commandments. It's that simple. You understand? Because give me Psalm 17 and 13 real quick. You said
it's just a never-ending curse or something?
no, it's not never ending, but they are perpetual. Meaning, as long as you're in disobedience, we're gonna suffer as a nation. As long as us as a nation is disobedient to the Lord, we're gonna suffer these curses as a nation.
Because not everybody gonna come together and ain't looking like that now. Like,
I'm gonna get to that. Watch this. Bring it up. It says Psalm 17, 13.
This is the Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Yahweh. Disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked.
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
Which is thy sword.
Which is thy what?
Which is thy sword.
The Lord uses men to accomplish his will.
Right.
So right here you see David saying, disappoint him, the wicked, which is thy sword. So the Lord has a literal sword on earth, which is a man. The wicked. So the Lord used the wicked to come against us to enslave us. You understand? These things happen because we didn't want to keep the commandments.
Right.
To answer your question. He's the chosen vessel, the vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. When you read Romans 9. Right. You understand? So now, we're in slavery. How do we get out of it? That's the question. Well, if we broke the commandments to go into slavery, what do we have to do to get out of these predicaments? To heal our nation?
Say it slow for him one more time.
If we broke the commandments, and that got us put into slavery, right? That gave us these false images, allowed us to be conquered by a weaker nation. What would we have to do to reverse these things?
I guess. I don't know.
I think the answer you're looking for is to go by the 10 Commandments.
to
right?
keep the commandments.
Right.
Okay, can I say personally?
Go ahead, brother.
Personally, I'm not religious anymore. And
I'm not religious.
I think, or not religious, but I'm not Christian.
I'm not a Christian.
I believe that the Bible teaches a lot of love, straight up, honestly. I think that if you zoom out though, I feel like it's all just love. If we all were living in more love, then literally we could break out of that curse.
I'll say this. How old are you? You're 17. In your 17 years of living, have you ever seen every group of people on this earth love each other? No. When 9/11 happened, you know about this year 9/11, Twin Towers. Did America say no? Let's love them.
No.
What did they do?
They attacked.
They mobilized.
And I think that's a huge problem. Though.
How is that a problem?
I think it's a huge problem
that's an act of war.
because I think that okay. I think of
That's
course
what they're supposed to do.
Of course, that was messed up too.
If somebody
But
breaks
I
into
think
your
that-
house and punches your TV in, slaps up your wife, takes your
of
son and
course.
hangs him upside down and
I
throws
know.
him against the wall, you gonna love him back?
I know what you mean. But I still think that the root cause of everything is just ego. I feel.
I think that too.
I think that every single war, every single just problem in general is just off of ego.
pride and ego.
And of course, I'm not saying. So I think it could be possible for everyone to live more in love, but it's not a very likely thing just because everyone's already so deep into ego.
Because you gotta take history into account, and you gotta take present day. You understand? You're never gonna get the Russians to love the Ukrainians.
Right.
You understand? You're never gonna get the Iranians to love the Americans.
Right.
You're never gonna get the so-called Jewish man to love you.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen, brother. It's way deeper than how we feel present day.
That's right.
You understand?
I think that it's about putting out love on your own. Like, I think it's about putting out love on your own and then just attracting it back.
The love
Now,
you're talking about is like a feeling, right? Like
no, not a feeling, not a feeling.
What is the love you're
Just
speaking of?
genuine good tasks. Like just being. When I say love, I mean being genuine to everyone that you see. Being straight up nice, just straight up nice, a good person. That's all I mean. I mean not judging anyone. Literally, what the Bible teaches, honestly, what the Bible and a lot of other
We could
religions teach.
get into what the Bible teaches about love.
I think it's literally just being like when I say love, I don't mean
In John 14,
I don't mean romantic love or love you feel for a family member or anything like that. I just mean all goodness. I think that all goodness is just love, straight up.
No, let me. I want to say one thing. For the last, I just go. Elder, how old are you, Elder? 64. For the last 80 years, we've been marching. All we've been telling the other nations, primarily the so-called white man, just accept us. We don't want to fight with y'all.
Right.
We don't want to do. We just want to be equal to
I just
y'all.
want to give you love.
We just want to give you love.
Right.
What happened when we did that?
We got attacked.
Huh?
we got attacked basically.
We got more than attack. We got more than attack. We got our genitals cut off, put in pickle jars,
Dogs sick on us.
dogs tearing us apart. Our children sit there getting murdered on a daily basis.
I have a question. What would
They even had what you call nigga barbecues. They had,
but times change now. That was back then full time. I'm not saying they won't do the same thing because people are evil regardless. But do you think the same results will occur if today we did the peace movement?
let's go. I didn't go too far. I'm gonna give it back to y'all. I'm gonna go 2 months back.
Right.
A sister had an issue with her boyfriend trying to do unrighteous things to her daughter.
Right.
She threatened to take his life.
Right.
She called the police to come to her house to get the man that was in her house, and the police killed her. Is that not the same thing? Did he hesitate? Did he try to de-escalate the situation, or did he already have in his mind that I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna gun somebody down? You saw the way that he moved. He was ready to gun somebody down. So to say we're not in the same times, you're correct. It's getting worse now.
Right.
Let me say this. Let me say this real quick, because I don't want to because we said a lot's coming out right now, right? So you said we got to show love. You said we're in different times, right? Do you think Trayvon Martin would have that same sentiment? It's a different time.
If he was still alive?
What about George Floyd?
No.
What would be the other action other than love? What would be that?
Follow the Most High. Now the Most High does show us how to love, but you have to understand the traits of the Most High first and foremost. Give me Exodus 15:3 real quick.
Exodus 15 and verse 3.
What up?
The Lord is a man of war.
You hear that? Read it again.
The Lord is a man of war.
This is the God of the Bible. The Lord is a man of war.
Right.
Why does that say that? Do you know what the Most High told us when we go into the lands to utterly slay and destroy all the men? And we can take their women as prisoners of war?
Right.
That's the God of the Bible.
Yeah.
What you've been taught is Christianity.
Right.
You understand? Christianity is a doctrine. Now they use the Bible as their forefront, but they don't actually open the book and tell you what the book says. Because I can go all throughout this Bible and show you the different judgments that the Lord has. The master slaughters that he's prophesied to do when he sends his son back. You understand? Because the Lord is not a God of hugs and kisses. Read that again.
The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
The Lord is his name.
Right.
You understand? The Lord's not coming back to give you a high five and a hug.
Right.
You understand? Give me Isaiah 66 real quick.
Isaiah chapter 66.
Listen to this.
This is Isaiah 66.
Y'all been to church before?
Yeah.
Y'all ever heard this verse? Watch this. Bring that up. 15.
In verse 15.
Yo.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
The Lord's coming with what?
The Lord
fire.
will come with fire.
The Lord's coming with fire. Read.
And with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Come on.
To render his anger with fury.
To do what?
To render his anger with fury.
I thought the Lord was all love. No, he's coming to render his anger with. Wait, let me finish this. To render his anger with fury. Read.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
And his rebuke with flames of fire. Read.
For by fire and by his sword.
And by his what?
For by fire and by his sword.
By fire and by his sword. Read.
Will the Lord plead with all flesh.
The Lord's gonna plead with all flesh, and that doesn't mean he's gonna beg you and cry out to you. Read.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
No, the Lord's gonna give kisses and hugs.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
The slain of the Lord shall be many. Read.
They that sanctify themselves,
Right.
and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the
The
midst,
same thing Adam and Eve did. Read.
eating swine's flesh.
Eating the abominable foods, because one of the commandments is you can't eat pork. That's a commandment when you read Leviticus the 11th chapter. You can't eat shrimp, crab, lobster. These are commandments. The Lord is so tedious. He said that when he comes back, if you're even eating the things that he proclaims you could not, what's going to happen?
And they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh,
If you're eating swine's flesh or unclean food,
and the abomination,
the rodent, mouse, rabbit, reed,
and the mouse
come on,
shall be consumed together.
gonna be consumed by fire.
Right.
Have a painful death. That's the God of the Bible.
Yeah. Wake him
You
up.
understand that?
So you saying that's not true? That's not authentic.
What's not authentic?
The way you just said the God of the Bible.
That's the God of the Bible.
Oh, okay.
He's saying like because I'm talking about preaching.
Oh,
Right. This is the true God of the Bible.
Right.
Okay.
A God of war.
Right.
The Lord is a man of war. Go ahead, brother.
I think that with that scripture right there, with the eating pork and the eating all the different stuff, I think that that's simply your actions just coming back to you and haunting you. I think eating meat in general is just a thing that's just gonna bring you more down. Like, I think of everything in more of a vibration sense. So I think eating meat is gonna
So do
bring
you
you down.
believe in God at all? Do you believe
Yeah,
in the Bible?
I believe in God, but I don't believe in the same God that the Bible teaches.
What God you believe in?
I believe, okay, so the God teaches more of a personified version of God, which is like a man and stuff. I believe that God shouldn't be labeled as a man or a woman. I believe that everything is God. I believe that all humans, all trees, whatever, everything living.
Are you
it's
God?
just, yeah, in a sense. I think that
Do a
everything,
miracle.
I think everything is a reflection of God
Do a
acting
miracle.
through. You said through a miracle?
Do a miracle.
What do you mean?
You said you're
said
God.
do-
We're all God. Do a
Okay,
miracle.
when I say I'm God, I
What
don't.
you saying?
So, like I said, I think that the Bible teaches of a personified God. When I say I'm God, I don't mean I can just sit here and create whatever I want to, make everything happen what I want to. I don't think that at all. I said I think everything is God.
Yeah.
I think that every human is just a reflection of God. That has their own ego, like that has their own perception.
So if we're a reflection, what is the actual image? Who is the man God?
I don't think it's a man.
If we're
I think that God is. So we all have a different consciousness that we're just viewing through. I think that God, we're all just a part of that consciousness, but we have different perceptions, and that's what I think.
But why do you think? What
Why
tells
do I
you
think? I think that when you zoom out and you really zoom out to what God is or creation is, I don't think it can be labeled as a man or a woman. I think that there are masculine and feminine
that? So
forces.
you find fault with God being a man.
I find fault with God just being labeled as a man or a woman. Like, I think that there's different masculine and feminine forces, of course, but I think that
What does that have to do in the overall picture of God, masculine and feminine? Because I agree, you have men and you have women.
So masculine, all about action and stuff. masculine. I think that masculine can be portrayed as God with the action and creating and stuff, but I think that feminine is just everything, literally the weather, because feminine is not a storm, but feminine is just ever going. Masculine is all about, just action. It's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah,
but
you don't have a real good concept of what it means to be masculine.
I have a concept.
So how are you masculine? What makes you masculine?
What makes me masculine? What makes me masculine is that in this physical, I am strong. I can create a house. I can do a whole bunch of things. That's what I mean by masculine.
Okay, a woman can build a house, brother. Does that make her? Does that make her a man?
Right.
No. I think that building a house is a masculine thing.
You think that?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I think. And I think that. Okay, so as men, we are stronger than women, correct? Right?
Yes.
So that's why I say that masculine is all about action, building stuff like that.
Do you believe we're all equal? You believe men and women are equal?
I think we're equal, but not the same.
Okay. So how are men and women equal? We get into the crux of it.
I think women and men are equal because we're just the same thing in different bodies. I think that's all it is.
How are we the same thing when you literally just sit here and told me men are stronger, women are more emotional like a storm? I'm listening to you. So how are we the same thing?
By the same thing, as I said before, I think that all of us share a collective consciousness, just viewing it with different perceptions. That's all.
How about this? What makes you a man, brother? Bring this up.
This is 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore, and show thyself a man.
And do what?
And show thyself a man.
That's how you show yourself a man. Read.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
Come on.
To walk in his ways.
To walk in his ways. This is what makes you a man. Right. To walk in his ways. Read.
To keep his statutes.
To keep his statutes.
And his commandments.
And his commandments.
And his judgments.
And his judgments.
And his testimonies.
And his testimonies.
As it is written in the law of Moses.
As it is written. This is what makes you a man. You understand? Because the Lord is going to bring to your conscience the remembrance of former things. The Lord is going to teach you about who you are. Right. He's going to give you a sense of self. The Lord is going to teach you how to lead. The Lord is going to teach you how to speak to other men in an eloquent way, so that you have a level of understanding. The Lord is going to teach you so that you can teach your wife, so that she can therefore teach your children. The Lord is going to teach you what true masculinity is. Right? True masculinity is keeping the commandments of the Lord.
Right.
You understand? And guiding your life aright. Now you can lean to your own understanding and feel that you're equal with women and brother, you're gonna end up having a woman rule over you.
Right.
And tell you what to do and grab you by your coattail.
No, I don't think that's I don't think that's
How? But y'all equal.
No. I said equal, but not the same. Like
so that's a contradiction, brother.
I don't think it's a contradiction.
Okay. Y'all equal but not the same.
Equal but not the same.
You have a woman, you have a phallic, she doesn't.
It's a phallic.
I don't want to be too vulgar, brother. Y'all have.
I think that women are better in the spiritual realm. Brother,
what is the spiritual realm? You just said how are women more better in the spiritual realm if they're more emotional?
Because
wouldn't the spiritual realm require level-headedness in order for you to meditate?
Okay.
In order for you to be insane. You understand? You can't say we're stronger.
I'm just talking about physicality.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm trying to show you that's a logical fallacy. You can't say we're the same but we're better, and then go to tell me how we're better and how women aren't basically.
I don't
like
mean better.
I get what you're trying to say.
I mean, there's just separation within certain aspects. Men are just better in certain things.
Proverbs 3 and verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding.
What the Lord said?
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not into thine own understanding.
Brother, your own understanding is confusing you.
Right.
It's not confusing me at all. It's not my own understanding. I've gotten this understanding from learning certain things. It's just like you got your understanding from learning the Bible. Like,
I got my understanding from outside.
And I think I think in a more of a unity sense. Like when I say that men and women are not, what did I say?
You don't even know. That's what I'm saying.
Equal but not the same. No,
not
equal but not the same. I mean that it's more of a unity thing. Masculine and feminine making unity. I don't think that one is better than the other. I think that they're both just at the same level. Just better at different
How,
things.
brother? If we go to war today, who's gonna wage that war?
And that's
you gonna have a bunch of women on the forefront?
No, because like I said, that's physical.
All men are as physical. all men are is physical. That's it. We're just brutes. You just go around
No, that's not
breaking stuff, building
that's
stuff.
really not what I'm
keep saying
saying.
the physical. What is the physical?
Because I'm trying to just put it in a very simple term.
You can put it in a complex term. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You don't got to simplify anything for me. I have a great level of comprehension. Put it in the
I
words
feel
that
like your comprehension is you're comprehending me, but just you have your own views. So it's just
well, I'm questioning your view. That's it. I want to see the intricacy of it. I want to get down to the root of
To
it.
simplify what I'm saying though, I think that men and women are just they should be at the same level, not man on top of woman or anything like that.
Alright, I want to bring this out with you saying that woman is better spiritually than man. This is the book of Ecclesiastes or Sirach, chapter 25, and verse number 13.
Bring it out.
It says, "Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart,
Huh?
and any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman,
Wow.
and any affliction, but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge, but the revenge of enemies." So we gotta understand that women are very wicked. You know what I'm saying? According to the Bible, read even in the book of Genesis, right? And it always boils down to if you really believe in the Most High, or if you really truly believe in the Bible, or are you just gonna have pride in what you believe in, what you learn, and if you don't understand that, or you don't understand like from the beginning, it's all about start. You gotta start over as a newborn baby, right? You can't be pumped up in pride. You gotta understand that you gotta be retaught this. All you've been taught is what's in this land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like for example, you go to middle school, for example, right, or high school. They got elective classes. You can take Chinese language. You can learn German. You know what I'm saying? But what language we learn? What's our elective? As a what? We're gonna go in there and learn how to talk black. We're gonna learn how to talk African American. Like these are things that you can take the Bible away, but this is realness. Like this is real. Like you can take the Bible away, and that's the truth of what's going on with our people. So when are we going to stop leaning on our own understanding? When are we going to stop being? I learned this from the nations and from what I learned, and that's what I stand on. To hell with God. To hell with what the Bible's talking about.
I'm not talking about to hell with God. It's just not. It's just I don't have the same opinion of God.
I got a question for you. So with your understanding of men and women being, equal and all of that, what it boils down to, how does this help the plight of our people? Because you both acknowledge what we're
the plight of our people.
Right. You both acknowledge what we're going through as a nation of people. You understand what we're subject to, the poverty. You understand the lack of education, the lack of resources in our communities, the pushing in of drugs, paraphernalia, guns, killing each other. You understand? How does your understanding help with the plight of our people? How do you push the agenda forward to make us better as a community, as a nation?
I think it helps by just preaching more unity. That's all.
Bro, I'm asking you, what's the solution?
What solution to the problem?
Yeah.
Well, the question you asked, my answer is really that it just pushes forward unity.
Were we unified?
I think that unity is peace. And
were we unified in the 1960s?
Yeah.
Didn't we have the Million Man March?
Yeah.
Right? Selma, all of these things. Then we boycott the buses.
Yeah.
Weren't we unified?
Yeah.
How did unity help us as a people? That's what I'm asking.
But what is
Don't
the
answer a question with a question.
No, I only have a question. What is the
help us?
opposite of unity going
How
to do
did
for
unity
us?
help us?
What is the opposite of unity?
You don't want to answer the
do
question.
for us though, but put us into an endless
How did
loop.
unity help us, brother?
What is
How
what is the opposite of unity going to do for us but put us into an endless loop?
We're unified right now.
Right.
We're unified in the common
Right.
cause. We're having a great bill right now.
Right.
Unity has taught us to love one another. As the book
Right.
says.
Isn't that the goal?
Unity. You just said you don't believe in the Bible.
Well, okay. I believe that the Bible preaches love. So
Give me
I'm cool.
Psalms 133. I just showed you the Bible. The love of the Bible God teaches us to love one another as a nation of people. When you read real quick, give me on Leviticus 19 before you
Bring it out.
Get Leviticus 19.
Bring it out.
Let me show you what love is. God teaches you to love your nation of people above all other people. That's the love of the Bible.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse number 17.
Bring it out.
And it reads, Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
You can't hate your brother, you gotta watch your brother.
Thou shalt
You gotta love your brother. Read.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
The Lord said loving your brother is rebuking him. If I see you doing something wrong, I have to correct you. Hey bro, stop hitting your woman. Hey bro, stop eating those unclean foods. Hey bro, stop selling drugs. Hey bro, stop smoking drugs. Right? You have to rebuke your neighbor because that shows you that I love you, because I don't want to see you fall into sin and ultimately die from the things that you're doing. You know?
And not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
No, against everybody.
Against the children of thy people.
The Lord said we can't bear any grudges against the children of our own people. If I feel you wrong me, I have to forgive you, lest the Most High won't forgive me.
Right.
You understand? This is the love of the Most High. This is the unity that we need. Understanding I have to love you as I love myself.
Right.
I wouldn't harm myself, so I wouldn't harm you. I don't hate myself, so I can't hate you. I don't want to fall into sin, so I won't let you fall into sin.
Right.
This is the love of the Most High. The love of the Most High is not a hug. He literally said you got to rebuke one another.
I mean, that I didn't say just a hug. I agree with
You
that.
said the Bible preaches love. You don't. You have to.
Well, okay. When I say literally, you just said that the Bible literally preaches love.
Yes, the Bible teaches love, but the love that the Bible's speaking of is not the same love you're speaking
Right.
of.
Also,
Because the love you're speaking of is like a cuddly, coddly, give me a kiss type of love.
that's not the love I'm speaking of.
Well,
I'm
you're not
I'm
explaining it
just-
thoroughly.
I'm not
you
just
keep
saying
trying to
that,
make it
though.
simple. What is love?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible.
I don't need you to do
with
that. I
the
need you to
little
thoroughly
conversation that we
explain
have,
what
that
love
we're gonna
is.
have right now.
I need you to thoroughly explain what love is.
I said that love is just being genuine in goodness.
But
being,
that's vague.
When
It's
you,
vague as hell.
When you, I don't think that's vague at all.
That's
I
very
think
vague. Because
literally what
being,
you just
being
said.
genuine is subjective. I don't know if he's being genuine or not.
Okay, what you just said, right? You said telling your brother. You said rebuking your brother, right? That's being genuine. You're telling your brother what he's
But
doing
that's
wrong.
an action.
You're
That's a
being
literal.
very
That's
genuine.
that's you.
So
That's what I want from you.
Uh-huh.
Rebuking my brother is how I show him love. How is what type of genuineness can you show me that lets me know you love me?
When I said unity and stuff, when I said that the opposite of unity is not going to bring us stuff, not stuff, but good or whatever, I was talking about just putting out hateful things like
Okay.
killing not one another, but that. I'm trying to think of how to say this. But putting out any type of negative source. I just think that it all should be more unity. That's all I think. I don't think that. I think that ego is just a problem of everything. I don't think that I think that the separation of everything and everyone is the problem and cause of every fucked up thing that's going on. That's all I think.
So what we just read is the Lord saying we can't suffer sin upon our brothers. We have to rebuke them when they're doing wrong, and we can't bear any grudges. This would drastically impact our communities if we started doing that and following this one simple law. Because now, if you can't have vengeance and bear grudges, you don't have no more game banging. It's done with. Right? You don't have brothers shooting each other over street corners. Right? You don't have brothers selling drugs to each other. Right? Because you have to rebuke your brother. You understand? So that's not going to be allowed in our communities. This is actual change. We're reading the solution to the problem.
Right.
Now saying being genuine and blotting out the source of
I was just trying to
evil.
simplify it, but I think it was just
Bro,
misunderstood.
you keep saying, what's your name, bro?
It's Tay.
Tay? Nice to meet you. I'm Yak, bro.
Yak.
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 Y-A-C-H. Yak.
Yak.
Yeah, bro. Yak. It's nice talking to you, bro.
Nice to talk to y'all
Young
too,
brother,
bro.
man. Really got a good head on him, bro. Follow our YouTube, bro. Follow our YouTube. So
What's it called?
information up there. WFI Virginia. WFI Virginia. Brother Tay, what's your name?
Jared, bro.
Jared, what's your name?
Tyler.
WFI.
Standing here. WFI Virginia. Yeah. Follow the YouTube, man. Send your notes, man. I want to see you follow the channel.
But no, I could go more into depth.
All right, brother. Well, the message is though, y'all will be Israelites according to the Bible. All right. I gotta repent in these last days, man.
Right.
Alright, bro. Alright. Yep.
Alright, dude.
The book of Mark, chapter 1, verse number 15.
Bring it up.
And say, the time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of God is at hand. Repent ye and believe in the gospel.